So y'all, it's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I'll be breaking down Jose Aldo versus Pedro Munhoz. Great fight. We did lose I think Amanda Nunes versus what's the bitch's name? Juliana Pena on the fight card. It is what it is. It was a title fight, but yeah, we get honestly this is a better fight. Jose Aldo, Pedro Munhoz. This is gonna be a banger. Let's see where both guys are ranked actually. At the bantamweight division, which is going to be interesting. Aldo number 5, and Pedro's number 9, which is crazy. He's that low. I didn't even. It's crazy. Pedro got wins over Cody Garbrandt and Rob Font, and he's that low. But I get it though. He was on a 2-fight losing streak. But it's gonna be a good fight, man. I like the fight. Both guys are coming off victories. And yeah, winners going at it, and I think whoever wins this, I think more for Aldo, there's more of a title implications. I think depends on like if in a crazy world, if Aljamain beats Jan, I think Aldo got a good chance of fighting Aljamain in the near future. Pedro, on the other hand, it's a good spot. He beats Aldo, he gets right back in the top 5, and he's in the mix, because he does have wins over the top 5 guys. So it's a good spot for him. But yeah, let's look at the records. Aldo comes in with a record of 29-7. That's fighting out of Brazil, age 34, so still in his prime, height of 5'7" and reaches 70. Pedro 19-5, fights out of Coconut Creek, Florida. Height 5'6" and reaches 65. So Aldo does have a reach advantage of 5. I mean, it's interesting. If you look at their last 5, Aldo has fought against Marlon Vera, Peter Yan, Marlon Moraes, Alexander Volkanovski, and Renato Moicano. So I would say all 5 guys, all top 5 guys. Renato Moicano, people forget, he was a top 5 guy in the featherweight division. Volkanovski is the champion. Marlon Moraes, 1 point, was the scariest dude in that division. Peter Yan is the champion. And Marlon Vera is a good, hungry contender. If we look at Pedro Munhoz's last 5, he fought Jimmy Rivera, Frankie Edgar, Aljamain Sterling, Cody Garbrandt, and Brian Caraway, which is interesting. That's not a bad fight. Brian does actually, I think he has a win over Aljo via split decision. So that's not, and he finished him, so that's good on him. But yeah, you can just see the difference in competition, in my humble opinion. Cody Garbrandt's a former champion. Frankie Edgar's a former champion. Aljamain Sterling is a number 1 contender, to the championship that belongs to Peter Yan. But yeah, a lot of Aljo disrespect right now. But it is what it is. Can't say nothing, Aljo. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't want to disrespect Pedro right here. I think his fight with Jimmy Rivera was crazy. Let's talk about that. I mean, he went deep down in there, and he fought a phenomenal fight. He did not give up. I thought Rivera was gonna light him up for 3 rounds, and he checked the kicks, and he was the damage he put on the legs. He was having a lot of boxing success in there. Jimmy Rivera, by the way, I'm talking about. But man, Pedro, he could take the punches, and he always threw with power. And he won the fight. I can't say nothing else. He just won the fight. It was a great scrap. It was one of the better fights of the year, and I enjoyed rewatching it. So yeah, it was really fun to watch. But yeah, man, he, against Aljamain Sterling, he got outpointed by a grappler, which isn't a good thing. But it's a lot of had to do with the reach. Against Garbrandt, I think him and Garbrandt had the same. They had the same reach, right? I think so. Yeah, which is crazy. It's crazy how small Pedro is and how short his arms are. Same thing with Cody. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, he knocked out Cody Garbrandt, and I kind of felt like he kind of got lucky that day. But you never know, maybe he could do it again. But I felt like he caught Cody more than anything, and he got the W. I'm not nothing against him, but that's it. And then his Rob Font victory was It was good. It was more like, in my honest opinion, I felt like Rob kind of, panicked and kind of got caught in that guillotine. So, and he has really good chokes. So it's going to be dangerous for Aldo to do what I think Aldo is going to do, and I think Aldo is going to try to wrestle. But if we look at Aldo, I mean, honestly, I feel like some of the fights that Aldo fought, I feel like he shouldn't. Out of his last 5, he should at least have 3 wins. I truly believe he beat Marlon Moraes. I know a lot of people like to argue with me about that. I do think he beat Marlon Moraes. The Peter Yan fight was somewhat competitive. I thought you could at least give him a round or 2. You know, it was a crazy fight. Actually, I felt like a lot of people dismissed it in their fight of the year. Contenders, but I mean, it was a really good fight to watch. It was just basically like a Thai boxing match. It was fun. But yeah, the tide switched after the 4th round, and Yan he lit him up and it just killed him in that fit. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons why, because of the stoppage. The stoppage was it was bad. It was a bad stoppage. So a lot of people were like, man, fuck this dude, fuck this fight. So, but hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. And yeah, his Volkanovski fight was bad. I don't know what happened that day. Volkanovski just kind of just hugged him, for a long time. And I don't know why Aldo couldn't get out of it. That's what's crazy. And I think Aldo even talked about his strength. And I was shocked. That one was when I realized Volkanovski was like, he was here to stay, But it is what it is. And the Marlon Vera victory was good. It was a good victory. The way he dealt with him, and it is what it is. He had to do what he had to do, and he took his back, and he kept him there for like for the whole round, and it was a good performance. I liked it. It was a smart IQ, and something that Aldo used to. He used to wrestle a lot, and he kind of abandoned that after, almost like the Korean Zombie fight, and that's something he might have to return. With Pedro, I mean, in this fight, I think Pedro's really gonna have to look for setting up shots in the pocket. Now, the number one issue with Aldo, I felt like it's always been that he fell in love with boxing, but he didn't fall in love with switching angles and footwork. I wouldn't say he's a plotter. I wouldn't say that, but he stays in the pocket for too long. And he has I like his high guard. He keeps a high guard, but it's almost like he returns fire and then you return fire on him. He's almost waiting for you to hit him, and then he hits you back. And he just, in my humble opinion, takes a lot of damage in there, and he shouldn't take as much as damage as he should. But I mean, that's what I think Pedro should try to like get after, is a fight like that where it's a slugfest, and if it's a slugfest, I think he wins it. I think he has a better chin, and I think he's more durable, and he's not as war torn as Aldo. Aldo, on the other hand, should think about fighting a more technical fight. And that's what before I say anything, that's one way I can see Pedro winning, is in the pocket, throwing hooks back and forth, and trying to get that dirty, grimy fight out of Aldo, where they're both in that, just basically total interruption. But yeah, like I said, toe to toe, going at it. He should check Aldo's kicks, and maybe he might have the leg advantage, the kicking advantage, because he does throw calf kicks. Aldo doesn't throw that, so he might, he might be able to do something there. And even if Aldo goes and tries to wrestle, he might get a submission off. He's good off his back. But it is what it is. But for Aldo, he has the reach advantage. Use your jab. This isn't a good opportunity for Aldo to show everyone his defensive boxing. Like, he has good head movement and he has good slips, but he just stays. He doesn't cut angles as much as I would love for him to do. And I feel like this is a good good opportunity or moment to show that, and use his jab, and use the reach, use the longer arms, use the veteranship. I don't know why I couldn't talk today. And just own that. Let him know that I am a champion. I've touched that gold. I know what it takes to get here. And also, use the wrestling. Frankie Edgar had a lot of success with wrestling against Pedro. Now, he didn't keep him there for a long time, but he didn't get submitted. That was one thing. And I mean, Aldo is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so I feel like he can hold his own with Pedro. I don't know if he wants to, but it's a lot of things with Aldo. He has a lot of skills, but it's all about the moment with him. I feel like if the moment presents itself, he will do what he has to do. But if it's not there, it's not there. Like, when Aldo fought Max Holloway, a lot of people criticize him for not throwing enough leg kicks, and he just the moment for him, by the way, for him, wasn't there for him, and he decided to primarily box with Max, and I think he enjoys boxing, you know. And I don't know, maybe there's some injuries in the legs, you never know. Maybe that's why he's a lot more compromised. But he brought the leg kicks back against Marlon, but it is what it is. We're gonna see what he does, but I think if he, if he wrestles, and if he, uses his reach, I think he wins it. I think I got Aldo by decision. I think Pedro can win it. He does have there is a chance where he could knock him out or get him tired, but Aldo doesn't really lose 3-rounders, and it's hard to bet against Aldo in a 3-rounder, so I'm taking Aldo by decision. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's your boy eBay. Go subscribe, obviously, if you're new. Like, comment, share the video. But also, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Sometimes I'm kind of active on there. Sometimes I post interesting things. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm super bored today. But yeah, goodbye. Love y'all. And it's your boy. And yeah, the Michael Chiesa Vicente breakdown is coming tomorrow. And I'm going to bring all the smoke. All the fucking smoke. Angelo Cass, SSG.